Welcome, and thank you for your interest in the EPS Real-Time Costing System, a module in the EPS Cost Management Suite, the leading costing system for the pulp and paper industry. If you have any questions about the contents in this video, please feel free to contact us at your earliest convenience. First, an introduction to our company. EPS is a software and consulting company located in Atlanta, Georgia, that specializes in cost management systems for complex and process manufacturing industries. We have customers in North America, Europe, and China. We have special cost management competence for the pulp and paper, semiconductor, steel, furniture, and bakery industries. Our customers include well-known pulp and paper companies like SCA, UPN Kumina, Boise, Mondi, and many more. In the pulp and paper industry, we also have a strong partnership with Tieto, the leading IT provider to this industry. The EPS Cost Management Suite is designed for the pulp and paper industry and is made up of 3 modules: EPS Real-Time Costing, EPS Product Cost Management, and EPS Transportation Cost Management. Customers can decide to implement 1, 2, or all of these modules based on their needs. Real-time costing is a method where production and consumption data is captured and the actual production cost is calculated in real time and is immediately presented to production managers and machine operators while they still have a chance to make an impact. In real time, costing production performance is measured in money that has a stronger emotional impact than consumptions, productivity, flows, etc. Benefits of real-time costing in pulp and paper mills are increased awareness on how production decisions impact the cost of the produced grades. There are many ways to manufacture a grade, but not all are cost-effective. The production staff with the EPS real-time costing system get a better understanding on how their decisions can reduce costs at the mill. The EPS real-time costing system can detect erroneous flow meters and previously unspecified consumptions. The accuracy in grade recipes and standard costs can be improved by providing real-time validation of costs. The EPS real-time costing system will serve as a continuous cost reduction tool to increase the profitability of the mill. In this example, we can see the cost profile of a paper reel. To the left, we can see a blue column. This is the target cost of the reel at 100%. To the right, we can see another blue column. This is the actual cost of the reel at 96%. In other words, the paper reel was produced at 4% less than the target. This is good, but it does not explain what was done to achieve this. In this real-life example, the mill was experimenting with a new chemical to increase the paper machine speed. This red column shows that the chemical costs were increased. These other red columns show that the electricity and steam costs were much higher than the target. The higher costs for chemicals and energies were compensated by the reduced machine costs, due to the higher production speed thanks to the new chemical. This kind of insight into production costs can provide an extremely value-competitive advantage in running the machines, dosing of chemicals, product development, and machine scheduling. In this example, we can see a cost profile for a run of paper reels on a paper machine. To the left, we can see a blue column. This is the target cost for the run at 100%. To the right, we can see another blue column. This is the actual cost for the run at 93.9%. In other words, the run was produced at 4.1% less than the cost target. The first reel in the run had 4.7% higher cost than the target. This is expected due to the grade change. The following reels are produced at below target cost, and there is continuously increased cost efficiency for every new reel. This kind of cost profile after a grade change is not unexpected. It is actually quite typical. However, this profile tells us that it takes 10 reels before producing at target cost. This profile may look different for other grades on this machine, or for this grade on other machines. The bottom line is that the EPS Real-Time Costing system provides very detailed and accurate information on how and where a grade can be produced to achieve a certain target cost. The cost calculations in the EPS Real-Time Costing system can be configured based on the customer's requirements. These are some of the general concepts. Primarily, cost calculations are based on online flow meter measurements. In practice, a process historian is needed to calculate the measurements. The EPS Real-Time Costing system gets the information from the process historian in real time on a per-tag basis. If online measurements are unavailable, cost calculations can be based on calculated tags in the process historian. Calculated tags can be based on any other reference available in the database, like machine speed, width, moisture, etc. If there is no reliable method to measure and estimate consumptions, then costs can be based on the standard recipe. This is done to get a fully loaded cost for the paper reel. Fixed costs can be included in the cost for the reels. In that case, the cost calculations are based on the production time for the reel, in other words, the machine speed. To get accurate consumption flows, time offsets are used to match the production with the flows. Time offsets are defined on a process historian tag basis. The EPS Real-Time Costing system can calculate the cost for a production break separate from the cost during production. The cost for production break is always assigned to good production. Business logic can be configured to handle production breaks due to grade changes, production breaks in a run, or machine shutdowns and startups. When calculating the cost for a paper reel, the amount of broke must be considered. If ignored, the cost for the reel could highly be overstated and useless for decision support. Oftentimes, there is no measurement available for the amount of produced broke. Therefore, the EPS Real-Time Costing system calculates the broke based on a mass balancing formula. The standard recipe weight is considered and is compared to the consumed weight of the reel. The produced broke is then credited to the reel. The cost for each reel is validated against defined validation filters. The filters can be defined on a component, group, grade, or machine level. The purpose of the validation filters is to immediately identify cost overruns or other abnormal behaviors in order for the machine operators to take action. This was a short introduction to EPS Real-Time Costing, one of the 3 modules in the EPS Cost Management Suite. We hope that you have found this presentation interesting and useful. If you have any questions about the contents of this video, please feel free to contact us at your earliest convenience. Goodbye, and thank you for your interest in EPS Real-Time Costing, a module in the EPS Cost Management Suite, the leading costing system for the pulp and paper industry.